Hey bros, what's up? What's up? TikTok's banded, my dudes. We throw that out there really quick, or TikTok is definitely banded, straight out. That's some shit, huh? I mean, in all honesty, they're banded, bro. Uh, I mean, straight up, believe that or not. It kind of shocked me at the beginning of it. Then after I got to looking, I said, well, I'll be damned if they're abandoned. Bros, I'll show you here. That's, well, as you can see, there's the TikTok app. There's TikTok opening, and there you go, bro. TikTok is banded. I'll be damned. Ain't that something? Uh, I mean, I think there'll be a lot of backlash about it myself because um, ByteDance, whatever the parent company, they're um, Trump says he's going to try to help them by selling. They're going to have to sell, bros. That's a straight upper on that one. That's uh, it, they did it. I mean, Biden did it. He really did. That's I mean, I guess we all thought that they wouldn't, but they did. They did. They truly did. I got a bound to dudes try to catch up on this, or we're not going to get it if we don't. So we need to, as they were saying, Snoop Dogg says, let's get crack-a-lackin'. Whoa, 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 whoa. Not like the color of me ship, or me ship's got a shitty color, bro. There we go. It's I like that one a little bit than the other. But anyway, yeah, that really is some crap for her bros, because like I said, I honestly didn't think they'd banned it. Then when I've been terribly sick lately, bros, and I'm as and but I took me a nap and woke up. Uh, I like the reels on Facebook about as good as I do the TikToks. In all honesty, and but I watch them both, and I have a TikTok as well. So I mean, well, I do, and
Autopilot mode enabled.
I just felt that I had to watch a little bit of TikTok. So when I put it
General
on there, I
quarters.
said, well, it come up and said that they were banded here in the U.S. And I mean, is this something that's really that big as a security threat? I mean, if
Awaiting
so,
instructions.
and they say it is, but if so, I mean, definitely needs something done about it. You know? I, I would hope they would do something about it. but you can't trust our fucking politicians anyway. Trump says he's going to work around with them. That's what the apple's saying. Trump was going to work with them about it. So they'll sell it to someone here in the U.S. or it just won't be no more. The law's done been laid down that went through Congress and the Senate, so that won't be an easy work.
Enemy force sighted on the horizon.
Out whatsoever. That won't be an easy workaround. So.
Enemy.
I would hope it will be, but it won't be, brother. That's going to be a bitch. That truly is. That's most definitely going to be a bitch. Because, yeah. Let's try. And whoosh.
Enemy destroyer blown up.
Got her throttle back here.
Concentrate fire on the designated target.
Enemy cruiser foundered. Taking the lead.
Autopilot mode disabled.
Shouldn't count as a shot.
Enemy battleship destroyed.
Torpedoes, dead ahead.
Autopilot mode disabled. Autopilot mode disabled. Autopilot mode disabled. Autopilot mode disabled. Autopilot mode disabled.
out from the mountains. Video game, alright, he comes.
Our victory is in sight.
I think that main battery guns will have to do the same. Stuck. Oh, he's not stuck. He's gonna. Kick it to the left. Go to the right.
The ship is on fire!
Just let it shoot wild, man. How about now? That's some crap here that they banned it. TikTok. I mean, it's really shocking. I didn't think they'd do it, to be honest. Uh, it says that if they don't come to a solution, that we can get our content back off of it. So, I mean, there's a bunch of those videos I made during my cancer treatment I'd like to keep. Uh, so hopefully I can get those back if they don't. But still have the reels on Facebook, but I don't know how to upload those myself. I don't know how to do it. I'm for sure I'd check into it. I could find out. Maybe. Hopefully. I don't know. I don't know.
Battle starts.
Autopilot mode enabled.
Awaiting instructions.
Enemy force sighted on the horizon. Enemy battleship sighted.
Autopilot mode disabled.
I missed him.
Enemy destroyer sighted. Enemy cruiser sighted. Enemy battleship detected.
Oh, Lordy.
The ship is on fire! Torpedoes to starboard.
Sniper weapon and stuff.
Hull breach. We're taking on water quickly. Critical engine damage.
Incredible shot.
Enemy severely damaged. Problem solved, sir. Torpedo tubes destroyed.
This ship always gets the damn one when it's knocked out on.
Enemy battleship destroyed.
The ship is on fire.
Let's go around and try to take this destroyer out.
Enemy cruiser detected.
Ship is on fire.
Enemy cruiser foundered.
Enemy battleship detected.
Problem solved, sir. ship is on fire! Problem solved, sir.
Survive that stuff. Okay, 100%. 3, Block 3. That's pretty good. Oh. I got one there. Plus, so we got, now we need to go to cruisers, yes. Yeah, cruisers. Million, I guess. All right. Hang on a minute, bros. Be right back. All right, bros. Let's see here what we get going here. And now we got down. No, we don't. But cruisers, 37 miles. Cruisers. Let's see what we got. Cruisers. Oh, duplex. 6. There we go. All right, nevertheless. Ooh, it's one of those. You do the hipper. Let's see. The hipper we should be able to. Which we need for the ROM. We can research the ROM. But we don't got enough to buy it, but we have to research it. Well, try the Soviets, I guess. See what we get going here. I don't remember, it's low rank. We'll probably die though. We definitely gonna have to have a lot of
Autopilot mode enabled.
son of a gun. This ain't got no damn kills on it.
Battle starts.
Well.
Awaiting instructions.
Yes. We're gonna be able to do this. I mean, well, we can do it. I guarantee that. I'd have to do it something else at it, but I know we can do it. It's gonna be main battery hits as well.
Enemy force detected.
There we go.
The ship is on fire. Problem solved, sir.
Autopilot mode disabled.
Enemy cruiser sighted. Enemy destroyer detected. Enemy cruiser detected. Enemy destroyer sighted. Enemy cruiser detected.
Yes.
The ship is on fire.
Burning again. Damn.
Torpedo. Get ahead. Critical engine damage.
Enemy cruiser sunk.
We're about dead.
Problem solved, sir.
Probably should use the American ones because they got hills on them. Other than 9s and 10s.
is on fire! Torpedoes, direct front. Problem solved, sir. Torpedoes, dead ahead.
Uh-oh.
The ship is on fire. Smoke generator started.
We're down. Blow. Yeah, we got blowed up. That's not surprising. Let's see, what have we got? Got the Des Moines. Yes. Got the Belfast. I think it's got hills. Nope. No hills on the Belfast. Palooza here ain't got no hills. Let's see. Oh my goodness, man. Let's see. Buffalo has. Try that one. We should be able to get some with the Des Moines, maybe. We'll play record right and survive we can.
Autopilot mode enabled.
She's about a 30-something knot ship.
General quarters.
Hopefully we can.
Awaiting instructions.
Ow.
Enemy force detected. Enemy battleship sighted.
Autopilot mode disabled.
Enemy cruiser detected.
Ship is on fire.
Enemy battleship sighted.
Spotter airborne. Problem solved, sir.
cruiser destroyed.
Bullseye!
Enemy cruiser sighted.
Torpedoes to port.
Enemy battleship detected.
Enemy cruiser foundered.
That ain't good. That wasn't good. Damn, that was bad. Yeah, I died real fast. Like really fast. That sucks. No. All right. Let's see. Let's go to the bottom one. Don't remember if the bottom or does or not. Nope, no wheels on the bottom. I know the Seattle does. It's a crazy bitch, ain't it? Yeah, the bottom where it does. Or Seattle, rather. Do co-ops, get all the hits we can and win. Hopefully. Hopefully. Maybe we can. Oh, let's see. We definitely want.
My light guides me.
Yeah. She's possessed.
We must be free. Not because we claim freedom, but because we practice it. Awaiting instructions. Spotter alight.
Yeah, spotter alight.
They've come in force. Cruiser in view. chart our own course now. Our spotter returns. Battleship spotted. Cruiser in view. Thank you. My torch lights the water around us. Battleship spotted. Tails tip in our favor. Our victory is self-evident.
So we didn't get that much of a score, but it sucks too that we didn't.
We stand victorious.
Yeah, you stand possessed there, lady. All right. What we got here? Get 10 captures. We got 5. Well, that's coming up pretty quick. Yeah, we'll do that. Got the more in the bag. Let's see here. Well, we can do the buffalo. We definitely got some uh, buffalo. Yeah. Okay. Otis, you shit on me, bro. Damn, son. Oh, goodness. Okay. Capture.
Action stations.
We do.
Awaiting instructions.
Get
Good luck
trying
and
to
fair
figure out-
seas.
Autopilot mode enabled.
Yeah, let's do that.
Many thanks. Many thanks.
Many thanks. Many thanks.
Enemy force detected.
Autopilot mode disabled.
Yes.
Enemy cruiser detected. Enemy battleship sighted.
Whoa. I'm talking now, right?
Our team has taken the lead. Torpedoes to port. anti-aircraft gun crews are on full alert.
Enemy battleship foundered.
Problem solved, sir. Bullseye!
Messed up in a way, kinda, a little bit. Oh, poopy. Get it. Well, I move it or don't. I get it, I just don't want to get it. How about that? At least we got 80,000. I mean, that wasn't too terribly bad, was it? I don't guess. Canada Day. Yeah, okay, if you say so. Canadian. Okay, let's see. Rosa. Give us here. Already going pretty damn good, aren't we? I mean, really. Let's see what else we got here. Worcestershire, tier 10. That's a, should have it does. Believe if I mean, is that gonna be enough?
Action stations.
Let's see.
Awaiting instructions.
Autopilot mode enabled.
got?
Enemy force detected. Enemy cruiser sighted. Enemy battleship detected. Enemy cruiser sighted. Enemy battleship detected. Enemy cruiser sighted.
Dumbass, bro.
Ship is on fire.
Enemy battleship detected.
Problem solved, sir.
We hit him, man. Hit him, man.
Enemy cruiser detected. Enemy battleship detected.
Ship is on fire.
Autopilot mode disabled.
Main turret critically damaged. Problem solved, sir.
Confound.
Torpedoes, head ahead. Torpedoes to starboard.
Trap the ship over the road. Ship, sister. That's a crappy ship, bro. That's crappy. We got old Dusty Rose in her, don't we? Let's see. Yeah, and we got some torpedoes. Let's see. Yeah, it's start with then we'll work our way through here. Try to anyway. Let's see what we can find us to okay. That's that dude. That dude there, man. He's a dick beater. Okay. Let's see here.
Dentists hate when you do this, but they can't stop you.
Yeah, fuck dentist.
I want to address it again right now. What assurances can you provide to this committee and to the CIA workforce that you will resist efforts to fire or force out career CIA employees because of their perceived political views or somehow their views of loyalty to the president?
Well, I think the best example of that, Mr. Vice Chairman, is if you look at my record and my record as DNI, that never took place. That is never something anyone has alleged, and it's something that I would never do. So I would approach this position very much the same way and provide the same assurance.
Again, I think there has been, a lot has happened in the last 4 years since your prior service. There have been these comments. I would again, if you are asked to remove personnel, to get rid of individuals based upon this kind of political litmus test, I'd ask that you keep the committee informed of those requests.
I certainly will.
Same thing, and again, I appreciate the chairman raising this as well. Most important job for you, for the folks at the CIA, speaking truth to power. And I want to again reiterate the question Senator Cotton raised. You've got to make sure that your analysis is objective, it's not politically influenced. We've got to make sure it's timely. This willingness to speak truth to power, even if it's uncomfortable, I would like you to speak to that again.
Well, Vice Chairman Warner, I appreciated the opportunity for you and I to visit it, and as you recall, this issue came up, and I was grateful then, and we'll take this opportunity to talk about what my record is in terms of speaking truth to power. If you recall, we talked about the fact that as a member of Congress, I was the individual who was outside the Judiciary Committee in 2019 listening to the former FBI Director Jim Comey say that my line of questioning was political, that the idea that intelligence authorities at the FISA court being abused couldn't possibly happen, was a bunch of nonsense. But I had reviewed those applications, and I knew that I was speaking truth to power, and the Inspector General and the subsequent FBI Director later confirmed that under oath. To that point, Director Wray this week in his exit interview said that China was the defining threat of our generation. I wrote that and said that 4 years ago as DNI, and when I did, I was accused of being political, but I wasn't. I was speaking truth to power. I wasn't outsizing the threat from China. In 2020, when a chairman of an intelligence committee misrepresented that a laptop owned by then candidate Biden's son was somehow a Russian intelligence operation, and 51 former intelligence officials used the imprimatur of IC authority to go along with that. I stood in the breach. I stood alone and told the American people the truth about that. So I think my record in terms of speaking truth to power and defending the intelligence community and its good work is very clear. And what I can assure you is those types of instances, if I'm in that position as CIA director and have to do that again, as uncomfortable as that can be, to be accused, the truth will ultimately defend itself, and I think that intelligence will as well.
And the truth will defend itself, even if that truth is counter to the views of a current administration. At the end of the day, it has to be back to the truth. I got time for one last question. As you well know, our intelligence community is the best in the world. But we also receive enormous amounts of benefit from our partners around the world. We've got to make sure, and obviously the president has the right to declassify information, but we've seen that willingness to declassify in advance of Putin's brutal attack on Ukraine used effectively. But as we think about that declassification, particularly if it's done below the...
This guy's a good CIA nominee. He really is. So, he really is. He, I think he is. Don Lemon tries
These are indeed strange times. How could Barack Obama, the man who faced vicious, racist conspiracies for years because of Trump, act so buddy-buddy with him? Does he not remember how his entire political party has been calling the man a fascist, an autocrat, a threat to democracy for months, if not years?
Today, Don Lemon throws a temper tantrum over Obama and Donald Trump laughing at Jimmy Carter's funeral, while Stephen A. Smith and Charlemagne the God also expressed some confusion that Obama would be so chummy with someone who he called a threat to democracy, because they're realizing behind all that charisma is just another grifter, power-hungry politician. Now, you guys were asking when I would take down my Christmas decorations behind me, so I made sure I did that. Now, my 15-foot tree, I am not touching till May. But let's get into desperate Don Lemon's childish reaction to Obama and Trump laughing it up. Watch.
Yes, you saw that right, my friends. Your eyes are not deceiving you. That was former presidents Obama and Trump yucking it up together, chatting and giggling like kids on the playground. Like they were longtime pals, they were buddies. How could Barack Obama, the man who faced vicious, racist conspiracies for years because of Trump, act so buddy-buddy with him? Does he not remember birtherism? Does he not remember how for years Trump lied about how he was secretly born in Africa? Does he not remember how Trump suggested that he was secretly a Muslim who was sympathetic to terrorist groups and terrorist causes? Perhaps more critically, does he not remember how his entire political party has been calling the man a fascist, an autocrat, a threat to democracy for months, if not years?
What I find so funny about this is ever since Donald Trump won the election, the Democrat establishment has just been spitting on their supporters. I mean, they found out that their polls were lying to them, that their news pundits were lying to them, that their politicians were lying to them, and now they're finding out that the head of their ideology was lying to them as well. It should have been a wake-up call to them when Joe Biden put on that Make America Great Again hat and was smiling and joking about it. If you really thought the man was Hitler, and you really believed that his hat was some sort of symbolic comparison to a swastika, you wouldn't put that on jokingly. It really exposed the desperation and the failures of the Democrat Party, where their only strategy was to try to disparage the opponent as much as they could by any means possible to avoid the fact that they were true failures for the last 4 years. But let's watch this next part, because this is when Don Lemon finally opens his eyes and realizes he's been lied to. Watch.
What was the alternative? Not to watch Jimmy Carter be laid to rest? Now, I think he had no choice, but laughing at Trump's jokes on camera, it was risky, kind of cringy. Optics like this are things that Democrats have to consider going forward. They spent years, if not months, if not years, labeling Trump a political aberration, someone cruel, if not evil, outside the norm. Their voters may feel lied to if they appear to embrace him now. You can't just memory hole comparing someone to Hitler. So Democrats, you've got to keep in mind ahead of Trump's inauguration, and frankly, for the next 4 years, like what that looks like. Your behavior around the man will matter. It does matter. You can't allow Karen Pence to present as a more steadfast defender of democracy, a more courageous critic of Trump than yourselves.
So what he's suggesting is, even though Democrats fighting so hard against Trump's common sense agenda prove to lose them the election. He wants them to double down on it so he and other Democrat supporters can feel vindicated. They want to feel morally superior. They want to feel justified that their stupid decisions, like cutting off family members and friends for their political ideology, was a good decision because they were fighting against evil. They don't want to feel stupid that they cut off people close to them over political differences, but the two leaders of the warring ideologies are acting like friends. Now, Charlemagne the God, who has been railing on Democrats ever since they lost the election, comments on this interaction and says to him it looks like Obama was kissing the ring. Watch.
I just think politics is all WWE.
Autopilot mode
Meanwhile, we out here, cutting off family and friends and business relationships because of who somebody chose to vote for. Like, stop running to kick that football, man. Cut it out. Politics is all WWE. It's really just that simple.
They really could have been talking about the NFL. They could have been talking about anything.
Yeah, but after you went so hard, calling somebody a threat to democracy and calling somebody a fascist, and now you just, chummy with the man. You told us he was a threat to democracy. To me, that's just terrible political optics. They was calling him a fascist, just like his VP called him Hitler. Would you giggle with Hitler? Meanwhile, Republicans demonize Democrats every chance they get. Bruce Fisher wouldn't even shake the VP's hand. But you got the last real leader of the Democratic Party, Barack Obama, laughing and giggling with Trump. Looking like, he's kissing the ring.
Now, I don't think Obama was kissing the ring in the sense of he's worried that Trump is going to try to prosecute him or anything like that. But Obama is one of the most power-hungry politicians that has ever existed. So he's kissing the ring in the sense that he's blowing in whatever direction the wind is. And he wants to maintain favorability with whoever's in charge. That way he can sustain his political prowess. Politics is just for show. You have some of the scummiest sycophants in the country pretending to be dignified and honorable and classy and have decorum. But these people often engage in the most despicable behavior that you could ever imagine. That was one of the major draws to Donald Trump, even before he ran for politics. He would say what's on his mind, and he never cared whether the person liked him or not for it. That's why when he entered politics, people were so excited, because for once, somebody not corrupted by the fakeness of Washington, D.C. was in charge. Democrats would rather be lied to by their politicians and have them pretend to be so polished and clean and upstanding, even though they aren't. The Obama and Trump interaction, to me, looked like two friends who are roasting each other, and someone says something completely out of hand. It's like, you're fat, you're stupid, well, you suck at math, well, you can't throw a baseball, well, you're a Nazi, whoa. And Obama's like, oh, sorry, man, we were just joking around. The game gets a little out of hand sometimes. Now watch Stephen A. Smith, who's basically gone full MAGA ever since the Democrat Party imploded on themselves, tell his viewers that they need to start thinking for themselves and stop following these Democrat politicians because they are liars.
It wasn't a good look, but it wasn't a good look because of Trump. It wasn't a good look because of all the things that were said about Trump during the campaign while you were trying to convince tens of millions of people to vote for Kamala Harris. Fascist, threat to democracy, people bringing up Nazis and all of this stuff when they talked about Trump. So maybe if you hadn't said all of those things, people wouldn't be going off like this. See, to me, I look at it totally differently. I look at it from this standpoint. Everything goes in politics, we understand that. But in the end, it just shows how we should be very selfish in our thinking in terms of us and what's in the best interest of the country, as opposed to listening to what the hell these politicians say, because we just can't trust them. We just can't trust them. The likelihood is that Obama didn't mean half the things that he alluded to or flat out said about Trump.
His point highlights one of the key reasons the Democrats lost, which is they were trying to tell people what they should care about, and Trump was listening to what people said that they cared about. How many times per month do you think the average Democrat was sitting around worried about democracy, or saying, what would make my life better and easier if we just opened up the border more? Compare that to how many people per month were sitting around thinking, how am I going to pay my bills? How am I going to put food on the table? How many young men were sitting around looking at these global wars saying, wow, things are getting really bad. What if I get drafted? The Democrat platform was all about telling people what they should find important, just for them to find out and realize that their politicians don't even find those things important. That's why he's saying, look inside, ask yourself what's important to you. Stop letting the Joy Reids of the world convince you what issues you should care about. Now he goes in on the Democrats for being hypocrites about Trump's border policies and exposes that Obama was called the deporter-in-chief. Watch.
Obama deported more, sent more back than Trump did. He just didn't advertise it. So when Trump talks about closing the borders and not allowing over 14 million legal immigrants into the country and stuff like that, Obama just didn't advertise it, but he damn sure did it. He made sure it didn't happen. It was the antithesis of what Joe Biden did. Joe Biden ordered to open the borders, didn't give any kind of explanation whatsoever.
Obama had to.
Obama was considered the deporter-in-chief. That brother was not playing when it came to illegal immigrants entering the country. He turned them back, and the ones that were here, he deported a lot of them. He wasn't messing around. He wasn't mincing words. He wasn't playing games. So in that regard, there are some similarities.
I've watched street interviews where the guy will interview Democrats and list policies that they vehemently disagree with, and then when he exposes that they're Obama policies, they're just stumped. They're just following what the Democrat Party says, or choosing to care about whatever the Democrat Party says is important. And this election woke a lot of Democrats up because they're realizing that they're just being led blindly off the side of a cliff. I hope more Democrats...
Yeah, that's what it is, huh? Really?
Is this 5? Any further members seek recognition?
Mr. Chair,
Chair, recognize Ms. Crockett.
I have an amendment at the desk.
So there's 5. Will the clerk, everyone has the amendment, everyone has the Crockett amendment on the desk. Will the clerk please report the amendment?
An amendment to the rules of the Committee on Oversight and Government Reform for the 119th Congress is offered by Ms. Crockett of Texas.
Without objection, the amendment is considered as read. I reserve a point of order. The gentlewoman is recognized for 5 minutes to explain her amendment.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. During the 118th Congress, Oversight Republicans disbanded one of the most important subcommittees in Congress, the Subcommittee on Civil Rights and Civil Liberties. And now in the 119th Congress, the chairman and House Republicans have decided to prioritize the demands of the real president, Elon Musk, and his billionaire friends over the needs of the American people. Now, we are about to approach the birthday of Martin Luther King. It's actually tomorrow. And on January 20th will be the inauguration of Donald Trump, but it will also be the observation of MLK Day. And the fact that we have decided that in this country we are not going to honor civil rights should be something that we all take issue with. Considering the fact, for some that don't know what civil rights are about, because some people only believe that it deals with black folk, let me explain. Civil and political rights are a class of rights that protect individuals' freedom from the infringement by governments, social organizations, and private individuals. They ensure one's entitlement to participate in the civil and political life of society and the state. Defined another way, the right to be free from discrimination, the freedom to worship as we choose, the right to vote for our elected representatives, the protections of due process, the right to privacy. If any of that sounds familiar, it is because these are rights that are born out of our Constitution, something that we all supposedly have sworn an oath to, and we swear to not only, we don't just swear to it, we are supposed to protect those rights. Interestingly enough, we just had the funeral of one of our beloved presidents. And I caught a flight to Austin on the day of the funeral. And I had the honor of sitting next to someone who was a little familiar with the White House. that person was Lucy Baines Johnson. And when I tell you that she is a wealth of information, I really mean that. And when we had an opportunity to talk about what she experienced as her father was president during a time in which, honestly, our country was on fire, and I would argue that, unfortunately, our country is on fire right now. When I first ran for office, I ran for the State House and said that we were in the midst of a modern-day civil rights movement, and I have not been convinced otherwise just yet. But this is the daughter of the president that signed the Civil Rights Act of 1964. She was also there when he signed the Voting Rights Act of 1965. And to be perfectly honest, without that voting rights, I don't believe that I actually would have a seat in Congress. And so I do believe in preserving the fact that everyone should be entitled to real and true representation, because I do have a Section 2 seat as our Voting Rights Act has been decimated. But one of the stories that she told me was that her father asked her about coming over to the Congress for the signing of the bill as it relates to the Voting Rights Act. Now, for her, it was a bit inconvenient as an 18-year-old to have to leave the White House and go over to Congress. And she asked her father, why should we go over to the Congress, Daddy, to sign this particular bill? And she said, we need to go over to the Congress because we need to pay due respect to those members of Congress that knew that voting for this bill meant that they would not be returning to Congress, but they had the courage to do what was right for this country and make sure that everyone's voices were going to be heard. The one thing that we could do, the very small thing that we could do, is have a little bit of courage and decide that we are going to reinstitute this particular subcommittee, because unfortunately, I don't see the type of courage that the people that served back in the 60s had coming out of some of our colleagues. And so I'm asking you to do the courageous thing today and just institute a subcommittee that would make sure that...
Again, I don't know what's going on today. I find it extremely rich and
sure that we have real freedom, something that we all... And with that, I will yield.
Mr. Chairman.
Gentlelady's time's expired. Any member seek recognition?
Yes.
Mr. Higgins? Oh, Ms. Mace was first. I'm sorry. Ms. Mace.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Again, I don't know what's going on today. I find it extremely rich and offensive. So we're talking about civil rights. I'm the former ranking member on the Civil Rights Subcommittee, something I believe in civil rights and civil liberties of all Americans. And we were talking about infringement of individual people. Also, quote, the right to privacy of individuals. Coming from a party that can't define what a woman is and won't give women the right to privacy. You all want men with penises, chicks with dicks, in the bathroom with us. You want women to be forced to undress in front of men in the locker room and in dressing rooms. And it's so hypocritical for you to sit here and say and be, screaming from the rooftops about right to privacy and civil rights when you don't respect women. And you don't respect women who've been raped, women who are victims of sexual abuse. And you want me, a victim of rape, a survivor of rape, to go into a locker room and be forced to undress in front of a man? You have to be effing kidding me. So I don't want to hear about you talk about rights, individual rights, civil rights, because you can't find the courage from the 60s to fight for women all around America, fight for women like me, every single woman. And as a rape survivor, I shouldn't have to explain to you why women have rights and why women, when we're in the bathroom, when we're in the locker room, when we're in a dressing room, why I don't feel safe when there is a man nearby. And the fact that we're going here and we're going to say all these things is the ripeness of hypocrisy on the Hill. People need to tell the truth. And if we're going to talk about the rights of individuals, we have to talk about it. Everybody has rights, including women. And at some point, men are infringing on the rights of women. We just had it today. We just had a vote about protecting women and girls in sports. And I believe it wasn't one, it was two people from the Democrat Party who voted to protect women's rights in sports today. Two. So this is, Mr. Chairman, this is a deeply offensive conversation to me today. We want to talk about real freedom. Women have freedom in this country. Women have the freedom to go to a private women's only space and not see a man in it. Women have the right to change and not be feared that somebody with their sexual perversion, someone who's confused about their gender, we have the right to feel safe in these spaces. We have the right to know that we're not going to have trans people filming us in the bathroom. How many of these trannies are taking selfies? These men are taking selfies in women's spaces, in the bathroom. It's gross. It's disgusting. So if we're going to talk about civil rights, let's talk about the rights of women in this country and how you are stripping them away every single day. And you're doing it in your legislation, you're doing it in your messaging, you're doing it on X. You're making women feel unsafe in this country. And you're making the opportunity for women and girls to be raped, to be sexually abused in this country even greater than they've ever been. So don't come over here with your attitude and talk to me about rights when you're trying to take my rights as a woman, a rape survivor, away. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I yield back.
Gentlelady yields back. Any member seek recognition?
New York doctors tired of sky-high health insurance rates? PEO for You guarantees you a larger provider network with lower rates than.
You have said that Department of Justice prosecutors will be prosecuted in the Trump administration. What Department of Justice prosecutors will be prosecuted and why?
I said that on TV. I said prosecutors will be prosecuted to finish the quote, if bad. Investigators will be investigated. You know, we all take an oath, Senator, to uphold the law. None of us are above the law. Let me give you a really good example of a bad lawyer within the Justice Department, a guy named Klein-Smith, who altered a FISA warrant, one of the most important things we can do in this country. So will everyone be held to an equal, fair system of justice if I am the next Attorney General? Absolutely, and no one is above the law.
Under what circumstances will you prosecute journalists for what they write?
I believe in the freedom of speech. Only if anyone commits a crime. It's pretty basic, Senator, with anything, with any victim. And this goes back to my entire career for 18 years as a prosecutor and then 8 years as Florida's Attorney General. You find the facts of the case, you apply the law in good faith, and you treat everyone fairly.
And it would not be appropriate for a prosecutor to start with a name and look for a crime. It's a prosecutor's job to start with a crime and look for a name, correct?
Senator, I think that is the whole problem with the weaponization that we have seen the last 4 years and what's been happening to Donald Trump. They targeted Donald Trump. They went after him, actually starting back in 2016. They targeted his campaign. They have launched countless investigations against him. That will not be the case if I am Attorney General. I will not politicize that office. I will not target people simply because of their political affiliation. Justice will be administered even-handedly throughout this country. Senator, we've got to bring this country back together. We've got to move forward, or we're going to lose our country.
Yeah, I think the concern is that weaponization of the Justice Department may well occur under your tenure. And we want to make sure that that's not the case, that you remain independent, that remain able to and willing to tell the president no when that's necessary to protect the Constitution and the integrity of the department. So that's where I'm asking these questions. We talked in the meeting about the contacts policy that has prevailed really since Senator Hatch sat in that chair and demanded it of the Clinton Justice Department through all the administration since then, with the exception of a brief period under Attorney General Gonzalez, which he corrected and which did not end well for him. There has been a contacts policy that limits contacts between the White House and the Department of Justice to a very few senior officials on each side. In your role as Attorney General, if you are confirmed, will you maintain, defend, and enforce that longstanding contacts policy?
Senator, yes, I will meet with White House counsel and I will meet with the appropriate officials and follow the contacts policy.
My time has expired.
Imagine if you could live your life from a place of internal kindness, warmth, acceptance, and self-compassion. If you could find center and feel more in charge of your life. If that is something you need right now, then stay here with me. Let me tell you about a holistic perspective on navigating anxiety and emotions that cultivates emotional resilience, benefits your overall well-being, and ultimately equips you to feel empowered in your everyday life. While searching for practical, easy-to-follow ways to deal with my own anxiety, I developed a system that guides you through processing various emotional states efficiently. After practicing myself and with my therapy clients,
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it would seem as if Trump's course, multiple Democrat senators took the opportunity to push their own agenda, to grandstand and to virtue signal, as opposed to actually really getting to know our new upcoming Attorney General. Now, here's the thing though, despite all of the attempted gotchas and all of the partisan attacks, Pam Bondi not only came out completely unscathed, but she also flipped it back and cooked them just a little bit. Most notably, perhaps one of Trump's biggest haters, Senator Adam Schiff, really tried to go all in on Mrs. Bondi, but she wasn't having it. Take a look at this.
Let me start with one very specific, non-hypothetical. The president has said Jack Smith should go to jail. Will you investigate Jack Smith?
Senator, I haven't seen the file. I haven't seen the investigation. I haven't looked at anything. It would be irresponsible of me to make a commitment regarding anything without, you're a long practicing attorney, without looking at a file.
So you would need a factual predicate to open an investigation of Jack Smith, is that right?
Not a summary by you sitting here. Yes, sir.
So first off, I can't help but notice that literally the very first thing that Senator Schiff brings up is whether or not Trump will criminally pursue Jack Smith. You would think that there would be more important things to worry about, but no. Senator Schiff's number one concern for our new Attorney General is whether or not the Democrats' beloved Jack Smith is going to be all right. Because keep in mind, it was Jack Smith who pushed the classified documents Mar-a-Lago case and all of the January 6th stuff. But also, what does Mrs. Pam Bondi say? She says that she's going to run with the evidence, whatever evidence there may be. And it's like, yeah, that's how all of this is supposed to work. I know that pursuing crimes based on evidence might be a little bit weird to guys like Senator Adam Schiff, but really that's how the system is supposed to work. But okay, where does Senator Schiff take us from here?
Let me ask you a different, simple question. The president also wants to jail Liz Cheney. Sitting here today, are you aware of any factual basis to investigate Liz Cheney? Yes or no?
Senator, that's a hypothetical, and I'm not going to answer that.
No, it's not hypothetical. I'm asking you, sitting here today, whether you are aware of a factual predicate to investigate Liz Cheney.
Senator, no one has asked me to investigate Liz Cheney. That is a hypothetical.
The president has called for it publicly. You are aware of that, aren't you?
No one has asked me to investigate.
But the president has
We're also worried about Liz Cheney, Senator.
The president has
You know what we
called for
should be worried about?
Ms. Bondi, please answer my questions.
California right now
You are aware,
through the roof.
Ms. Bondi,
Your robberies are 87% higher than the national average.
My question is this.
That's what I want to be focused on, Senator.
Do you have the power to say no?
Do you find yourself with not enough money to retire? I got a solution that you can start an online business and have enough money to retire. Watch the video, and I'm going to show you how you can get started. Let me share my story. I know what it's like to reach retirement age and not have enough money to retire. I know how you feel.
But give me something in return.
Bye.
Fuck you.
The guests are mostly white males.
Yeah, let's get into that.
Put your manners back in.
I'm Jewish.
Celebrities are often subjected to agenda-driven interviews, where interviewers push biased narratives instead of asking genuine questions. They prioritize controversy over conversation and double down when challenged. But what happens when their attempts are met with unshakable confidence, sharp wit, and undeniable truth? Here are 10 moments when disrespectful woke interviewers got owned instantly. Starting off with the time an interviewer crossed the line with his loaded questions, prompting Tom to deliver a sharp warning before shutting him down completely.
Was Nicole the love of your life?
What do you mean, Peter?
You were married for 10 years?
Listen, we raised children. How do you answer that question? She's someone that I plan on getting married again.
You do?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
And having kids?
Absolutely.
But Nicole was a major part of your life and the love of your life at the time.
I love Nick very much. There's no question.
Would you like Nicole to remarry?
Yes. I want Nicole to be happy. That's what I want.
And do you have a relationship where you talk, it's a parenting relationship, and talk professionally about each other's...
Listen, here's the thing, Peter.
Yeah.
You're stepping over a line now. You're stepping over a line. You know you are.
Well, I suppose they're questions that people want to know.
Peter, you want to know. Take responsibility for what you want to know. Don't say what other people. This is a conversation that I'm having with you right now.
You're right.
Okay, so I'm just telling you right now, okay? Just put your manners back in.
Despite being asked such bizarre questions, Tom kept his cool, unlike Mike Tyson, who completely lost it when confronted by an interviewer about past allegations.
Now, some of your critics would say, there's a race for mayor. We know you're a convicted rapist. This could hurt his campaign. How would you respond to that?
Hey, I don't know who said that. You don't even know who said that. You know what I mean? And I don't have no comment to that, because it's negative, and you're being negative. And I met the mayor, right, and nothing they can do about it.
We actually had a really good time. We talked about George Cervallo, who's a legend in your city, great man, with whom Mike spent quite a bit of time yesterday talking about his life, highs and lows.
So interesting that you come across like a nice guy, but you're really a piece of shit.
Hey,
with that
come
comment.
on.
That was a piece of fuck you. That was a piece of shit.
We're doing live TV.
Yeah, I don't care. What are you gonna do about it?
All right, you got a show that you're doing tonight. We are. A lot of people are.
Where
It's raw and it's the real thing. Yeah, a lot of people are be there to see your show. Just tell us a bit about it.
It speaks for itself. Everyone saw the show.
All right. It's a Broadway production. It went to Vegas. It went to actually 28 cities in the United States. And we're really, really proud to bring it here. And we're actually going to Monaco on October 9th. We're going to be in Monte Carlo. Right. Is it nerve-wracking for you to do something like this, or is it more nervous for you to box?